video, we present MicroBrowser, a system to facilitate peer learning and knowledge sharing in classroom settings. Students in STEM majors, especially those taking upper-level courses, are expected to acquire not only domain knowledge, but also skills for handling open-ended and even ill-defined problems. Problem-based learning in the form of class and capstone projects are intended to address such limitations. These projects allow students to collaborate with faculty members to solve open-ended problems. However, learners face two major challenges. First, close and in-depth faculty member involvement is needed to support good learning outcomes, making open-ended project-based learning not scalable. Second, there is little knowledge reuse. As new approaches are learned for addressing recurrent problems, it is difficult to easily share these techniques. MicroBrowser addresses these challenges with a pattern-based interactive knowledge visualization and exploration system that facilitates peer learning and knowledge discovery. MicroBrowser converts hundreds of student-generated discussions into a structured knowledge graph based on topic similarity. It supports a streamlined knowledge graph navigation and enables patterns as supernodes in this graph for effective knowledge discovery and peer learning. The integration of design patterns in knowledge generation and discovery is a key innovation in MicroBrowser. The pattern nodes serve as insightful, reusable knowledge nuggets. Patterns can be associated with each other to create a pattern language. The pattern also provides context and actual examples of reusable knowledge by the connections with corresponding discussion nodes in the knowledge graph. Let us take a look at the application. Upon opening the application, students are presented with an overview of the knowledge base. The students can browse the discussions using a traditional text-based browsing scheme or by using the knowledge graph. The knowledge graph encodes different information about the discussions. Discussion threads represented as nodes can have multiple answers, but only a single accepted answer. The shape of the node indicates whether the discussion has been answered, while the size indicates the number of answers received. The popularity of a discussion, represented by its colors, can direct students to important discussions and help instructors identify what topics students are interested in. Filtering of a discussion is done using keyword searches or by using the date range filters and connections between nodes representing the relationships. Opening a discussion provides additional details such as question details, related discussions, and its submitted answers. Design patterns are reusable knowledge nuggets for recurrent problems. Students can discover design patterns by locating them in the knowledge graph or by browsing through the pattern browser. Patterns help students to discover, generate, and reuse knowledge by providing recommendations about how to answer recurrent types of questions. For example, let us assume the student found the answer to a discussion to be a good way to answer questions that compare between topics. To make it a reusable knowledge nugget, the student can associate a pattern to it. Reviewing the list of patterns, the comparator one looks as an appropriate one and gets selected. Now other students looking for samples of how to answer discussions that compare between topics can use the pattern browser to find relevant patterns. Opening the comparator pattern, students can now find examples of how other students have made use of it. In conclusion, MicroBrowser is a knowledge discovery and generation system for educational settings. Its major contributions include the use of a knowledge graph navigation and the use of patterns for effective knowledge discovery and peer learning.